My name is Rupalia Prince. Today, never enough when rich people do crazy things. John Bogle, the Engrude founder who passed away in 2019, 2019 once told a story about money that highlights something we don't think about enough. At a party give, give by a billionaire on Shelter Island, Kurt one get informs his Paul Joseph Heller that their host hedge hedge fund manager had made more money in a single day than Heller had in earned from his widely popular novel Catch 22 over its whole history. Their whole history. Heller responds, yes, but I have something he will never have enough. I was stunned, stunned by the simple election of that word stunned for two reasons. First, because I have been give so much in my own life, and second, because Joseph Heller couldn't have been more accurate. For critical element of our society, including many of the wealthiest and most powerful among us, there seems to be no limit to today on what enough entails. It's so smart and so powerful. Let me offer offer two examples of the danger of not having enough and what they can teach us. Rajat Gupta was born in Kolkata and orphaned as a teenager. People talk about the privilege few who begin life on their base. Gupta couldn't even see the baseball stadium. What he went on to achieve from those things begins was simply phen- phen- phenomenal. By his mind, 14th Gupta was CEO of Mykonos, the world's most presti- prestigious consulting firm. He's retired in 207 to uh, on take on role with the only United Nations and the World Economic Found for form he patterned on philanthropic work with Bill Gates. He sat on the board of director of five people companies from the slums of Kolkata. Gupta had quite literally become one of the most successful businessmen alive. With his success came, with his success came in enormous wealth, by 208, 2008, Gupta was re- reportedly worth $100 million. It's an unfathomable sum of money to most. Give percent annual return on that much money. Generate almost $600 an hour for 24 hours a day. He could have done anything he wanted in life, and what he wanted by all accounts wanted to be a mere Kenta millionaire. Rajat Gupta want to be a billionaire, and he want it badly. Gupta sat on the board of directors of Goldman Sachs, which surround, surrounded him with some of the wealthiest investors in the world. One investor, quitting the paid paydays of private equity tycoons, describe Gupta like this: I think he wanted to be in the circle. That's a billionaire circle, right? Goldman is like the hundred of million circle, right? Right. So Gupta found a lucrative side hustle in 2008 as a Goldman such such started started at the worth of the financial crisis. Warren Buffett planned to invest $5 billion into the bank to help it survive as a Goldman board member. Gupta learned of this transaction before the public. It was valuable information. Goldman's survival was in doubt, and Buffett's backing would sur- surely send his stock soaring. 16 seconds after learning of the pending deal, Gupta, who was dealing into the Goldman board meeting, hung up the phone and called a hedge fund manager named Rajaratnam. Manager named Rajaratnam. The call wasn't recorded, but Rajaratnam immediately bought $175,000 share of Goldman Sachs. So you can guess what was discussed. The Buffett Goldman deal was announced to the public hours later. Goldman stock surged. Rajaratnam made a quick $1 million. That was just one example of an alleged trend. The SEC claims Gupta's insider tips led to $17 million in profit. It was easy money, and for prosecutors, it was an even easier case. Gupta and Rajaratnam both went to prison for insider trading. Their careers and reputation irrevocably running run run. Now consider Bernie Madoff. His crime is well known. Madoff is the most notorious Ponzi scammer since careless Ponzi himself. Madoff swindled investor for two decades before his crime was revealed. Ironically, just weeks after Gupta handover. What overlook is the Madoff like Gupta was more than a fraudster before the Ponzi scheme that made of famous. He was a widely successful and legitimate businessman. Madoff was a market maker, a job that meets buyer and seller of stocks. He was very good at it. Here, how the Wall Street Journal described Madoff's market making firm in 1992. He has built a highly profitable security firm, Bernard L. Madoff Investment Security, which spawns of hang volume of stock trades always from the big board. The $7 for 17 $714 million average daily volume of trades executed electronically by the Madoff firm of the exchange equals 9% of the New York Exchange. Mr. Madoff firm can execute trades off quickly and cheaply that it actually pays other brokerage firm a penny a share to execute their customer order, profiting from the spread between bid and ask prices that most stocks trade for. This is not a journalist in currently describing a find yet to be uncovered Madoff's market making business was light legitimate. uh, form, former formal former staffer said the market making arm of the made of business made between $25 million and $50 million per year. Bernie Madoff's lifetime teammate legitimate not found fraudulent business was by Monsieur Hang success. It made him hangly and legitimately wealthy, and yet the fraud. The question we should ask of both Gupta and Madoff is why someone worth hundreds of millions of dollars would be so desperate for more money that they risk everything in pursuit of even more crime by communicate committed by those living on the edge of survival is one thing. A Nigerian scam artist once told the New York Times that he felt guilty for hurting others, but poverty will not make you feel the pain. What Gupta and Madoff did is something different. They already had everything unimaginable: wealth, prestige, power, freedom, and they threw it all away because they want more. They had no sense of enough. They are extreme example, but they are non-criminal versions of this behavior. He heads for he heads he has not behavior criminal. They are extreme example, but they are non-criminal version of this behavior. The hedge fund long-term capital management was subject with traders personally worth tens and hundreds of millions of dollars each, with most of their wealth invested in their own funds. Then they took so much risk in the quest for more that they managed to lose everything in 1998 in the middle of the greatest bull market and strongest economy in history. Warren Buffett later put it, to make money they didn't have and didn't need, they risk what they did have and did need, and that's foolish. It is just pain foolish if you risk something that is important to you for something that is un- unimportant to you. It just does not make any sense. There is no reasons to risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need. It's one of those things that's as obvious as it is overlooked. Few of us will ever have $100 million as a Gupta or made of did, but a miserable percentage of those reading this book will at some point in their life earn a salary or have a sum of money sufficient to cover every reasonable thing they need and a lot of what they want. If you're one of them, remember a few things. The hardest financial skill is getting the goal goalpost to stop moving, but it's one of the most important. If expectations rise with result, there is a logic in in striving for more, because you'll 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 feel the you will feel the same after putting in extra effort. It gets dangerous when the taste of having more money, more power, more prestige increasing the ambition faster than satisfaction. In that case, on a step forward, push the goalpost to step ahead. You feel as if you're falling behind, and the only way to catch up is to take greater and greater amount of risk. Modern capital capitalism is a pro at two things: generating wealth and generating envy. Perhaps they go hand in hand. They go to hand in hand when wanting to surpass your peers. Purse can be the few full full of hard work, but life isn't any fun without a sense of enough. Happiness, as it's said, is just result minimum expectation. Social comparison is the problem here. Consider a rookie baseball player who earn $500,000 a year. He is by any definition rich, but say he play on the same team as Mike Trout, who has a 12-year, $413 million contract. By comparison, the rookie is broke. But the thing about Mike Trout 36 $36 million per year. Here is an insane amount of money, but to make it on the list of the top 10 highest paid hedge hedge paid hedge fund manager in 2018, you needed to earn at least let's 13 $314 million in 1 year. That's who people like thought might compare their income to, and the hedge fund manager who make $314 million per year compares himself to the top 5 hedge fund manager who earn at let's $717 million in 2018. Those top managers can look ahead to people like Warren Buffett, whose personal fortune increased by $3.5 billion in 2018, and someone like Buffett could look ahead to Jeff Bezos, whose net worth increased by 20 to $24 billion in 2018, a sum that equates to more per minute than the rich baseball player made in a full year. The point is that the ceiling of social comparison is so high that virtually no one will ever hit it, which means it's a battle that can never be won, or that the only way to win is to not fight to begin with, except that you might have enough, even if it's less than those around you. A friend of mine makes an annual pilgrimage to Las Vegas on year. He asked Taylor, "What games do you play, and what casinos do you play in?" In the dealer stone cool Caesar replied, "The only way to win a Las Vegas casino is to exit as soon as you enter." That's exactly how to the game of trying to keep up with other people's wealth work too. Enough is not too little. The idea of having enough might look like a conservative leaving opportunities and potential on the table. I don't think that right. Enough is really realizing that the opposite, an insatiable appetite for more, will push you to the point of regret. The only way to know how much food you can eat is to eat until your six few try this, because vomiting hurt more than any meal is good. For some reasons the same logic doesn't translate to business and investing, and many will only stop reaching for more when they break and are forced to. This can be as innocent as burning out at work or a risky investment or a location you can't maintain. On the other hand, there's Rajat Gupta and brain made of in the world who resort to stealing because every dollar is worth reaching for a regardless of consequence, whether it is the inability to deny a potential dollar will eventually catch up to you. There are many things never work risky no matter the potential potential gain. After he was released from prison, Rajat Gupta told the New York Times he had learned a lesson. Don't get too attached to anything. Your reputation, your accomplishment, or any of it. I think about it now. What does it matter? Okay, these things unjustly destroyed my rep- reputation. That's only trolling. If I am so attached to my reputation. This seems like the worst possible takeaway from his experience, and what I imagine is the comforting self-justification of the man who desperately want his reputation back, but no, it's gone. Reputation is invisible. Freedom and independence are invaluable. Family and friends are invaluable. Begin love by those who you want to love you is invaluable. Happiness is invaluable, and your best shot at keeping this thing is knowing when it's time to stop taking a risk that might harm them, knowing when you have enough. The go the good news the good news is that the most powerful tool for building enough is remarkably simple and doesn't require taking a risk that could damage any of these things. That's the next chapter. Confi- Confounding 81.5 billion of Warren Buffett's 84.5 billion net worth came after his 65th birthday. Our minds are not built to handle such absurdities. Lessons from one field can often teach us something important about unrelated field. Take the billion-year history of Ice Age and what they teach us about growing money. Our scientific knowledge of Earth is younger than you may think. Understanding how the world work, works often involve during deep below its surface, something we haven't been able to do until fairly recently. Isaac Newton calculated the movement of the stars hundreds of years before we understood some of the basic of our plans. It was not until the 19th current century that scientists agree that Earth hand on multiple oceans been covered in ice. 15th, there was too much evidence to argue otherwise. All over the world set fingerprints to a previously frozen world. Hang boulders driven in random location. The rock bits scraped down to thin layer. Event evidence become clear that there had not been one ice age but five distinct ones. We could measure the amount of energy needed to freeze the plants, melt it anew, and freeze it over yet again. Is staggering. What on earth could be causing these cycles? It must be the most powerful force on our planet, and it was just not in the way anyone except. There were plenty of of the worries about why ice age occurred to account for their enormous geological influence. The worries were equally grand. The apply fighting uplifting of mountain range. It was thought may have shifted the earth's winds enough to later climate. Other favorite forward forward the idea that ice was the nature state interrupted by massive volcanic eruptions that were warm up us up, but none of these the oris could account for the cycle of ice age, the growth of a mountain range, or some massive volcano may explain one ice age. It could not explain the cycle repetition of fire. In the early 19th, a Serbian scientist named Milutin Milenkovic studied the Earth's position relative to other planets and came up with the theory theory of ice age that we now know is accurate. The gravitation gravitational pull of the sun and moon greatly affect the Earth's motion and tilt toward the sun during parts of this cycle, which can last tens of thousands of years. Each of the Earth's hemispheres gets a little more or a little less solar radiation than they're used to.